For centuries, humans have looked at the universe and wondered one powerful question. What is reality really made of? We believed we understood the world around us. We thought everything was simple. Objects were solid, time moved in one direction, and our future was something completely separate from our thoughts. But then something happened that changed everything. Something called quantum science. A world where particles behave in ways that challenge everything we thought we knew. A world where reality is not as fixed as it appears. And the discoveries made in this invisible universe have forced scientists to ask deeper questions about consciousness, possibility, and the true nature of existence. One of the most shocking discoveries in quantum science is that tiny particles do not behave like the objects we see in everyday life. At the smallest level of reality, things become unpredictable. A particle can exist in multiple possible states until it is measured. This idea, known as quantum superposition, changed our understanding of the universe forever. Think about that for a moment. The universe at its deepest level is not simply a collection of fixed things. It is a world of possibilities. Before something becomes reality, it exists as potential. And this teaches us a powerful lesson about how many people believe their future is already decided. They look at their past mistakes, their current situation, and their limitations, and they assume that is who they are forever. But quantum science reminds us that possibilities exist before outcomes appear. Your current reality is not the complete story of who you can become. Another fascinating discovery is the concept of quantum entanglement. Scientists discovered that two particles can become connected in such a way that even when separated by enormous distances, they still influence each other. Albert Einstein famously called this spooky action at a distance. This discovery showed us something incredible. The universe is far more connected than we ever imagined, and maybe this is a reminder for us as humans. Every action we take creates an impact. Every thought we repeat shapes our behavior. Every decision creates a chain reaction that influences our future. You may think your small actions do not matter, but they do. A single decision to improve yourself today can completely change the person you become tomorrow. Quantum science also revealed that observation plays a unique role in the behavior of particles. The famous double-slit experiment showed that particles can behave differently, depending on whether they are being observed. This discovery created endless discussions about the relationship between observation and reality. Now, this does not mean that simply thinking about something magically creates it. Science does not prove that your thoughts alone control the universe. But it does show something important. What we focus on affects how we interact with the world. Your attention is powerful. Where you place your focus determines what opportunities you notice, what actions you take, and what results you create. A person who constantly focuses on failure will see obstacles everywhere. A person who focuses on growth. The world may be the same, but the way you experience it can completely change. Quantum science also introduced us to the idea that the universe operates on levels we cannot directly see. There are invisible forces, hidden patterns, and unknown dimensions that exist beyond human perception. This should create humility, because no matter how advanced we become, there is still so much we do not understand. And that mystery is not something to fear. It is something that should inspire us. Human beings are explorers. We are designed to question, discover, and evolve. Every great invention, every scientific breakthrough, and every achievement started with someone believing that something impossible might actually be possible. The same principle applies to your personal life. Maybe you have dreams that seem unrealistic. Maybe you have goals that others do not understand. Maybe you feel like your current circumstances are too difficult to overcome. But remember this. The greatest transformations often begin when nothing seems possible. Quantum science does not tell us that life is controlled by magic. It tells us something even more powerful. Reality is deeper, more complex, and more full of possibilities than we once believed. The universe itself is constantly changing. The person you are today is not the final version of yourself. Your habits, your knowledge, your discipline, and your choices are constantly shaping who you will become. Just like the quantum world contains countless possibilities, your life contains countless paths. The question is not whether change is possible. The question is, which possibility will you choose to create? Every morning you wake up, you are given another opportunity. Another chance to learn, improve, and move closer to the person you want to become. Do not let your past define your future. Do not allow fear to convince you that your dreams are impossible. The universe is full of mysteries waiting to be discovered. And perhaps one of the greatest mysteries is not outside of us, but within us, because the same universe that created galaxies, stars, and endless possibilities also created you. You are not just watching the story of the universe. You are a part of it. And the moment you understand that your potential is greater than your current situation, everything begins to change. The future is not something you simply wait for. It is something you build. And maybe the greatest discovery of all is this: the universe is still unfolding, and so are you. But the deeper we look into quantum science, the more we realize that the universe is not a simple machine running on predictable rules. It is something far more mysterious, something that constantly challenges human understanding. And perhaps the biggest lesson hidden inside these discoveries is that we should never underestimate what is possible. For a long time, humans believed that the universe was like a giant clock. Everything had a fixed place, everything followed a clear path, and everything could eventually be explained. But quantum science revealed a different picture. Beneath the surface of ordinary life exists a world filled with uncertainty, probability, and endless possibilities. This discovery changed the way we see existence, because it showed us that even the smallest pieces of reality are not as simple as they appear. The universe is not just made of things. It is made of relationships, interactions, and possibilities, constantly transforming into reality. And this idea connects deeply with human life. Many people live as if they are trapped inside a permanent identity. They say, "This is just who I am." They believe their weaknesses are permanent, their failures define them, and their circumstances control their future. But science has shown us that change is the foundation of everything. Stars are born and destroyed. Galaxies evolve. Matter transforms. Energy moves from one form to another. Nothing in the universe remains exactly the same forever. So why should you believe you are the exception? Your current situation is only a moment in your journey. It is not the complete picture of your life. One of the most fascinating areas connected to quantum science is the idea that the universe contains hidden layers that humans cannot easily detect. There are realities happening around us that our senses cannot experience. We only see a small fraction of what exists. The human eye can only see a tiny range of light. Our ears can only hear a limited range of sounds. Yet invisible waves, energies, and forces surround us every day. This reminds us of something important. Just because you cannot see something does not mean it does not exist. The same applies to success. Before someone achieves greatness, their success often exists only as an invisible idea inside their mind. Before a building exists, it begins as a thought. Before a successful person becomes successful, they first create a vision of who they want to become. Everything begins in an invisible form before becoming visible. Quantum science also teaches us about the power of energy and interaction. At the deepest level, everything is connected through complex relationships. The universe is not made of isolated pieces fighting against each other. Everything influences something else. Your actions, your words, and your mindset create effects that spread beyond what you can immediately see. A simple act of kindness can change someone's entire day. A single moment of courage can change the direction of your life. One decision made today can create a completely different future years from now. The greatest mountains are climbed one step at a time. They are the invisible beliefs we carry inside our minds. I cannot do this. I am not talented enough. It is too late for me. These thoughts can become invisible walls that stop people from reaching their potential. But every breakthrough in human history happened because someone challenged a belief that others accepted. People once believed humans could never fly.